All right, guys, let's get into this viral Turkish pasta that has been floating around the internet for the past few weeks. I definitely could not stop thinking about this, so you know I had to make it, but the vegan way. Now, in the standard version, it does call for ground beef, but of course, we're going to be using a meat replacement, and I'm going to be using walnuts. Now, you can do these the quick way or the long way. If you got time, you can soak them overnight, but if you're in a little hurry, like me, you're just going to boil them in some water for at least an hour or two. Once they're done boiling, they're going to be nice and tender. You can either throw these in the blender and pulse them up, but I was being a little lazy. I didn't feel like cooking my blender up, so I just took a chopper and kind of just chopped them up in the bowl. Now, this recipe is so simple. It calls for onions and some tomatoes, and really the star of the show is just the seasonings that you're adding to the meat. So you're just gonna dice up some onions and, oh, yeah, that was getting to me. Finish dicing those up, and next we're gonna go in with some fresh garlic. Thank goodness this don't make me cry. I love, love, love garlic so much. So you can add as much as you want or as little as you want. Me, I'm definitely adding at least like 2 to 3 tablespoons. It's nothing like a good a dish with onions and garlic in it. All right, in a separate bowl, I'm just adding some plain vegan yogurt. This is gonna be that cream sauce that we be seeing them put on top of that pasta. At first, I thought it was like sour cream or something, but I'm like, okay, it's just yogurt. So literally just plain yogurt with a little bit of pink salt, some garlic, and then I went in and added a little lemon juice. All right, set that to the side and let's start sauteing our aromatics, which is our onions and garlic. Make sure your skillet's hot first, add some oil, and then just saute that up. Next, we're just gonna add in our walnut meat. Now, this is already pretty much cooked, so we're just throwing it in the skillet to heat it up one and to also incorporate all the seasonings that we're about to add and incorporate it with the onions and the garlic. Next, I'm going in with a small can of tomato paste, and I'll have all the ingredients and everything listed below. And we're just gonna mix this all in, and I just added about a half a or 1/4 cup of water just to kind of thin everything out. And like I said, the seasonings are basically the star of the show. It's curry powder, onion powder, black pepper, salt, and a little bit of cumin. Then we're just going to continue to mix that all up until it's nice and incorporated. And y'all, this is really looking like meat. Like, oh my God. But okay, anyways. Next, for our little sauce that they drizzle on top, it's literally just melted butter with some paprika. So I just put that in a pot and let it melt. Added the paprika. We're just going to pour it right on top. Now we're assembling our pasta dish. I use cavatappi noodles. I've seen a couple people use different kinds of noodles, but I mean, I'm sure it does not matter. I love how the cavatappi tastes in pretty much any pasta dish, so I just went ahead and used it. Layer down your pasta first, layer down that yogurt, and then we're just gonna pour over our seasoned melted butter. That looks so freaking good already. And next, we're just going to go on with our vegan meat replacement, which is our wonderful walnuts that came through for us. Like, it don't even look like walnuts no more. And the taste, I'm telling you, the taste is everything. Go ahead and load it up. And then we're just going to top it off with some cherry tomatoes. I love, love, love that this recipe is so simple and it doesn't require a lot of effort or ingredients, and it's super inexpensive. Lastly, I'm topping mine off with basil. I believe some of the other dishes I saw were like topped with parsley or maybe some other herbs, but the basil really set it off with all the other flavors in this dish. It set off the curry, the cumin, everything was just flowing together. It really was, and it looks just as good as how I imagined it would be when I was going to start making it. So I'm just really excited that it came together beautifully, and this probably literally only took me about, well, besides making the walnut meat, minus that, I'd say it only took me about 15 minutes, not even. So now we're just gonna go and give it a try. I already know it's gonna be good, and yes, so good. And I'll see why those seasonings are like the star of the show. You need that to make this dish what it is. I don't know where the original dish originated from. Was it in Turkey or what? But whoever made this go viral or put their little spin on it, they definitely did their thing. I would definitely say this dish is perfect for meal prep. This is something that you can definitely make in advance, especially the walnut meat, and just set it to the side and put it together whenever you're ready. You guys definitely have to try this recipe. Make sure you check out the caption. All the ingredients and the measurements and everything will be there so you can replicate this right at home. I swear, like, this is gonna be my new go-to for real. Like, it was so easy to make and inexpensive, and I'm just so excited to try and explore different other types of world cuisines. So let me know what you think about this recipe. All right.